look, ingredients, and look. First best kitchen helper ever and second best kitchen helper ever, and I got news for both of you, including third best kitchen helper ever, who I'm sure is in the living room. None of this you can have. None of it. I will give you something, but none of this you can have because I'm making chocolate coffee cookies. Peppermint Mocha Cookies. That's what we're making. Let's get to it. Welcome to Snow Dog's Cooking, where if I can cook it, so can you. So a little bit of a backstory. I planned on making these cookies because I thought it would be nice and easy, and I didn't realize that you have to chill the dough for 3 hours, so cookies aren't going in the oven until like 9 o'clock tonight. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Late night snacks are the best anyway, right? We are making peppermint mocha chocolate cookies. These are like almost like a brownie cookie, so they're gonna be like a chewy, soft cookie, not a crunchy cookie. We're gonna decorate them. It's gonna be fun. Just follow along. It'll be delicious. Real quick, I'm gonna go over everything you're gonna need. You are gonna need a half a cup of butter. You want that to be room temperature. You're gonna need a half a cup of regular sugar. You're gonna need a half a cup of either light or dark brown sugar, or mix it together, which is what I did. You're gonna need 1 large egg, also at room temperature. This is a farm fresh egg from Greg. You're gonna need a teaspoon of both peppermint extract and vanilla extract. Make sure you're using peppermint, not mint. Those are 2 different flavors. You're gonna need 1 cup of all-purpose flour. You're going to need a half a cup plus 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder. This looks amazing. This is exactly why the dogs cannot have this. You're gonna need a teaspoon of floof powder, which is baking soda. You're gonna need 2 teaspoons of espresso powder, which is this right here. I got the blonde. They also had an intense, but I thought I would go with this one. Now, before I even start going over the rest of the ingredients, because I know a lot of you guys are gonna say, I don't like coffee flavored. Leave it out. Super simple. Leave it out. It's not gonna mess anything up. You don't have to put it in there. The other thing you can also use is half of the amount of instant coffee if you can't find espresso powder. But if you don't like the flavor of coffee, leave it out. Plain and simple. Super easy. You're gonna need 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt, and then you're gonna need 1 cup of either some mini chocolate chips or regular sized chocolate chips, but about 1 cup of them. Then we are also gonna need, you can either use like almond bark or this candy coating, like some easily melting white chocolate candy melts, because we're gonna decorate these cookies at the end. And then we're gonna use some candy canes for decorating as well. Memphis is like, I would eat a candy cane. I'm sure you would. I have candy canes for you in the fridge that I made for dogs. So that is everything you're gonna need. Let's get making, because I gotta put this in the freezer, and they're in the refrigerator for 3 hours. I am using my handy dandy KitchenAid mixer for this. You don't have to use a mixer. You can mix this by hand, but this is gonna make it a lot easier because we have to cream together the butter and sugar. This is great for that. Otherwise, you gotta do it all by hand. 1 stick of room temperature butter into the bowl. That's half a cup of butter, in case you didn't know. Then we're gonna add the sugar, so the white sugar, and then the brown sugar. Packed brown sugar, by the way. Now you're gonna cream this together. How do you do that? You put all this in here, and you put it on like a medium to a high for about 2 to 3 minutes, and it's just gonna like cream it all together, and then we gotta scrape the sides down before we add more stuff. So I'm gonna turn this thing on and let it do its thing. Oh, we have the bellies up. Hi, how you doing? You having a good day? Say, oh my gosh, this is the best day ever, even if mom's making cookies I can't have. I am making cookies you can't have. Oh, stretch it out. There you go. Yeah? Good job. This is what you want it to look like. Now I'm going to take and I'm going to scrape all this stuff back down into the bowl. So to this, we are going to add 1 egg, farm fresh egg from Greg, 1 tisp of vanilla, and 1 tisp of peppermint. These are going to be very pepperminty. If you don't like peppermint, don't put it in there. It won't be a peppermint mocha cookie, but it'll be a chocolate mocha cookie. Lock that down again and mix it together. We're going to take this second bowl here and we are going to add the flour. Whoa, I almost dropped that bowl. Did you see that? That'd have been loud. The cocoa powder, which I should mention, this is Dutch process cocoa powder. It's supposed to be like commercial grade and really good. What it is, Dutch process cocoa powder, culinary grade, unsweetened. It's supposed to be really good, so rich flavor. We're trying it. We're gonna add the floof powder, which is the baking soda. Make sure it all goes in there. And then we're gonna add the espresso powder. Again, if you don't want it to taste like coffee, don't add it. And then we're gonna whisk all of these dry ingredients together. Just get them nice and mixed together. You could also use like a sifter and sift it all together, but a whisk will work just fine. Oh man, don't forget the salt. It's just a little tiny bit of salt. Now I gotta whisk it again. It's pretty much gonna look like that, all nice and mixed together. Now, I'm gonna turn this on low and we're gonna slowly pour this into this. That's the plan. Can we do it? I think so. Can I do it one-handed is the question. Oh, totally. Watch. So just slowly start pouring it in. Yeah, looks like that's gonna work. Ooh, this smells amazing. Okay, so I scraped down the side of the bowl, and now I'm gonna turn this on low, and I'm gonna add all of these chocolate chips. I'm just gonna kind of add them in there and let it do its thing. Ooh, okay, this looks beautiful. Now, I have transferred it to this bowl, and I'm gonna put the lid on it. We're gonna put it in the fridge. Now, you can put this in the fridge for a minimum of 3 hours, but you can actually put it in there for up to 3 days. So it needs to be cool because this is a very sticky dough, making it very hard to work with. So into the refrigerator it goes. Wow, all the helpers are in here. We haven't even seen you yet. Third best kitchen helper ever. Why are all of you in here? Because I found cheese. You can have a cheese. Hey, you can have a cheese. You can have a cheese. All right, it was only a little piece, right? Yeah, Mom, give us another piece of cheese. Another piece of cheese. Thank you for sitting, Kira. That's very polite of you. And cheese. Good stuff. See, you got something since you can't have chocolate.
3.5 hours later.
Yes, it is 10:50 at night. We were watching Dan live stream. We're gonna turn the oven to 350. Preheat it. My dough has been chilling since I put it in there for like 4 hours or 5 hours or something. Let me open this. Ooh, this smells so pepperminty. I gotta get my cookie baller and my cookie sheet out while the oven's preheating, but this is gonna be perfect. So I'm gonna use my cookie baller. This one is the 1.5 tablespoon, and then I have this really cool mat so I can separate the cookies at the right distance apart. So we're gonna start balling up some cookies. Ball your cookies up, spread them out, you know, about an 1.5 to 2 inches apart, somewhere around there, because they are gonna spread out as we cook them, and fill your sheet. Word of advice, take your dough out like 15 minutes, 30 minutes, and let it sit out so it warms up, because working with it cold was kind of a pain. So I'm actually gonna leave this sit here and put this in the oven. So again, at 350 for about 11 to 12 minutes. You want them to look like the centers are still gonna look soft. That's what we're looking for. So 10 to 12 minutes. Okay, these are looking pretty good. Now you want to leave them on here for about 5 minutes or so, because you want them to set. They're soft in the center. Don't touch the pan's hot. They're soft in the center, but the edges, you see the edges are kind of crispy. That's what you want, but leave them on here for about 5 minutes, and then we're going to move them to a cooling rack. First round out of the oven on the rack. Second round going in. It made exactly 24 for me. Hopefully it does the same for you. Second round out of the oven. I'm letting them cool on the pan for about 5 minutes because they do kind of slowly flatten as they sit here, and then I transfer them over here. These look beautiful. I'm going to finish these in the morning because it's 11:45 at night, so I'm not going to decorate them yet. You could have them just like this, but we're going to dip them in some white chocolate and make them even more fun. And look, best kitchen helper ever is still here in the kitchen, helpering me out. We'll see you guys in half a second. It's the next day. Cookies are cooled. They're kind of soft in the middle. These are going to be perfect. All right, I have my cookies moved to parchment paper. I have my candy melt that I'm going to melt down. And then I've got a couple of candy canes that I'm going to crush up as well. Put this in the microwave, follow instructions. Usually it's like 30 seconds stir, 30 seconds stir, but follow the instructions and whatever you end up using. My candy coating's melting. I crushed up a little bit of candy canes. I also have some sprinkles and things like that because I don't want to do candy cane on all of them. So as soon as that stuff is melted, we'll start dipping. All right, we've got our chocolate melted. So we're going to do like half the cookie. So I'm kind of just doing like this. And then you let all that excess drip off. You can shake it. If you want it to be more than half the cookie, you can fill your cup a little bit more. And of course, I'll probably end up having to make a little bit more of this. And just let it drip off because you don't want it super thick. And then we set it on the parchment paper, and before it solidifies, put a couple of candy canes in it. Look at that. It's gonna be beautiful. Oh, these are gonna turn out so cool. Oh my goodness. These turned out adorable. I did some with peppermint and then some with just sprinkles. Oh, these are gonna be so good. Oh my goodness. It's time to give them a try. Okay, so you guys know it's the next morning. I know, aren't they beautiful? But show me yours. Yours is different. So let me explain why. As you can see, the oven's still going. It's the next morning. Jamie's not as big of a fan as peppermint as I am. So you guys saw me make these. They have the peppermint extract in them. Yours don't have peppermint extract at all. They do have the espresso powder, and then I found York peppermint patty chips to put in it.
I'm supposed to eat the icing, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, you can eat it. Yeah, it's probably just not fully set yet, but... So yours should only have a little bit of peppermint because I did half York peppermint patty chips and half the other chips. Is it too much peppermint for you?
I can't imagine what the full amount of peppermint tastes like.
Do you want to try the other one? Yours only has peppermint chips. Mine has peppermint extract in it.
That's about what it tastes like. It's got a lot of peppermint flavor, but...
Is it too much for you?
I won't eat many.
I'll give some to Greg. He'll love them.
I'll eat this one, though.
Yeah? Do you want to try a bite of one? I was going to say, I bet you don't. See, I knew I should have just used regular chocolate chips and you'd had a mocha cookie. That's okay. More for me. But do you like the texture? Everything else good about them?
Oh, this is great, yeah.
Okay, good. I'm glad. Have fun. All right,
You can have that
yeah, a little bit too much peppermint for you. That's what I thought. All right, I'm going to try mine now. Jamie wouldn't try these ones because I know they're going to be too pepperminty, but he left me a bite of his, so I'm going to give you guys the comparison. And I'm going to take a bite of this one. You know it's pepperminty when it immediately makes your mouth taste cold.
Might be a little much pepper.
There's no such thing as too much peppermint. Yeah. Okay. That's pretty good. Now, this is a bite of Jamie's cookie.
Alexa, stop.
Yours is not even close to the amount of peppermint in the other ones.
But well, you probably can't even taste it now that you have...
Not even close. That's so crazy. Yeah, you would not like the other ones at all. Either way, they're really good. They're like that little soft in the center and they got the crispy crunch on the outside. Really, really good cookies. Super easy to make, actually. If you guys end up making these, let me know down in the comments below. Perfect for the holidays. You've still got time. All right, you guys. We hope you enjoyed today's video. As always, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Stay positive, dream big, and we will see you again soon. Goodbye, audience. That's a good cookie.